Attorneys, now it's time to learn what you don't know.
And welcome back to Training for Trial. That would be Robert Graff, your consultant in the house to help build your confidence in the courtroom. And we're doing a 4-part series about that theme of really getting confident in the courtroom. Rob, this episode, time to learn what you don't know. What are we going to cover?
Well, since cases take a long time, it's time to cover all those bases and learn what you are only one step ahead of, and learn the whole thing and learn all the case law and all the procedures you don't know, and get comfortable knowing everything and at the same time not knowing everything.
Sounds like a piece of cake. So give us the 3-bullet rundown here of what we're going to hit, and then we will dig into each one of them.
First is accepting what you don't know. Second is asking for help. And third is keeping calm.
All right. So let's talk about accepting what you don't know. Obviously, you can't know everything, right? So, what do you need to do in order to, A, accept what you don't know and figure out what you don't know, I guess, too?
Well, I want to give a real-world example. I used to watch Jeopardy a lot, and I always used to think, how do these people know everything, and how do they know all the correct questions? That's it. Mm-hmm. How do they know all the correct questions before they answer? And if you look at them, they're sitting there, and I'm going to raise my hand. They're sitting there, and the thing comes up, and they're hitting before they even read the whole thing.
They're already hitting the button, yeah.
They're hitting, yeah. And then if they know it, they answer, or if they don't know it, it either makes that beep, or they give the wrong question, or they don't phrase it in the form of a question. Whatever it is, they never look like they lack confidence in what they're doing. They always look sure in their answers. They always look sure in their lack of answers, and then they move on and forget about it. So they've accepted what they don't know. They've accepted that they are not going to. They haven't read 15 million almanacs. They haven't read potent potables. They haven't read all this stuff to know what the answers are going to be, but they're confident in what they know, and they've just accepted that. They're going to know something. They're not going to know everything. They'll focus on what they can know and try to win that entire row. So it's accepting and realizing we can't know everything, so let's just take one piece and know that and move on from there.
Right, and then you can always extend the boundary, right? Once you know, I'll pull a Donald Rumsfeld here and say, there's the known, then there's the known unknown, and then there's the unknown unknown, and that one's the real killer, right? Is you have to start to identify what you don't know, so that at least the unknown unknown becomes the known unknown, and I can study and practice to start converting that into the known.
Exactly.
That was all clear, right?
A little bit. A little bit. Clear enough. I accept that I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Well, and that's the point, right? So you have to, know that there are limitations, but that not knowing things is curable, right? And that's a process, and that's part of going from being green to becoming a veteran. Is that the longer you're in the trenches doing this work, the more you're going to know, but that you can't know it all right off the bat. Until somebody gives us that pill, right? I want that pill that you swallow and you just know everything. But so far, no one's offered it to me. So let's roll on over to part number 2 here. So, one of the ways to deal with the unknown, of course, and I hope you've been enjoying this conversation that Rob and I have been having, but the rest of this conversation lives inside Rob's site. So come over to graffstandard.com and look for the Training for Trial button. Just click that button. It's a free membership. Not only do you get this entire episode, but a depth of content. Rob has been creating tons of great information. It's all there in the Training for Trial section. So go to graffstandard.com right now and click the Training for Trial button.